Welcome back. We are going to be going in, hopefully, shortly into Reason versus Epsilon. Now, we've already heard clean sweep.
Yes.
You've been in the UK corner for most of the day.
Yeah, and I still am.
You're going against everybody
so
on the
Smooya is
everybody
gonna win.
over there on the desk.
No.
We're very lively at the moment.
No. Smooya is going to win.
Oh, so
And he's from the United Kingdom, so big up the boys back home.
So you're cheating, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I mean,
He's heard that a few times.
There's a certain amount of he has. There's a certain amount of optimism that is possible. However, this is a pretty straightforward game. This is Epsilon. They will win.
Best team in the tournament, really.
Well, that's your opinion.
I think most people agree. Desk agreed. Desk agreed.
Well, Desk isn't everything, as you can see.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. No. This has to come down to Epsilon. As long as they hit their shots, as long as they play consistently, there's absolutely no problems for them. You know, you've got big fraggers on the. Of course, you have that smooth power, and as long as everyone passes Papa Smoothie up, we're good.
Well, yeah. The other thing is as well is I think coming into this tournament, he's already said he knows they're the best, and especially with Orpa's confidence play is always going to be a massive thing. So he's going into this knowing pretty much he's the best player, at least out of everybody on the other team. I would argue that some of the players maybe on his team could give him a run for his money.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Freddie B over on that T side, so I'm going to be looking forward to seeing what he can do. And well, just individually, we got Cosmine as well. Like, I think him coming in from Nexus was an interesting pickup because I really wasn't too sure what to see.
Yeah, but of course the maps are Cobblestone and Overpass. First of all, looking at Overpass on your screens, this, of course, is a map we've seen today a couple of times. I think 4, potentially.
Well, I know. We definitely saw it in our game.
Yeah, we definitely saw it in our game. We definitely saw it in the last game. Did we? Yeah, it was Overpass, and then.
Or was it Cobble?
No, it wasn't. Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, sure. Anyway, we're going to be going right into this game. This is a big one. Epsilon really have to show their colours. They have to flare their feathers in this one. And they have to show, you know, we're here to play. But then again, you have got Reason over there. Reason not quite on the same level as Epsilon, but I'm sure they'll still try because that's what the game's all about.
I like how you're not even at the point of, like, arguing their case anymore. They will try. They will try.
At least they're here.
Well, if anything, you have to talk about the idea that they are arguably, well, they're not arguably, they've been together for longer than their opponents, so potentially they could have the tactical basis. I just think individually that Epsilon are going to be running away with this, and either way, talking of running, probably gunning, they're going straight into the B site. Yeah,
make it quick, make it snappy. Give nothing to Reason, just straight off the mark, getting in their faces. Now, they haven't spotted out Cinder, who has been hiding away. Bomb's been planted. He's waiting for his opportunity. They have absolutely no idea he's here. He could get himself a bit of damage being done here. He's going to be peeking out at some point. Come on, Cinder, do something, buddy. He's not going to find it. There you go. 1 kill comes in, 2 kills come in. Can he find any more? He's on his own versus 3. Maybe a little bit too late there to strike. He didn't help out his teammates. He played a very individual game, and you could already hear they're giving it. They are not holding back on this one, old boy.
Yeah, I think that was, like, obviously he was trying to play the timing there, but I feel like maybe the communication was a little bit lapsed because obviously his position is so valuable. If they wait a second before they try and retake, he then gets the 2 kills and it's a 5v3. Okay, that's decent, but if it's 1 versus 5, then there's no value to those kills whatsoever. It's just, okay, he gets an extra $600 in this force fight they have.
Absolutely. You're completely right. And of course on this round there is very little to play with. Pistols here and there, Deagle. There's not a huge amount going on. This should be a pretty easy cleanup. Now, quite a heavy investment. 3 rifles coming straight out here from Epsilon. They're not messing about. They want to hold on to these weapons, get into the next rounds, start fragging, do some work, and that's exactly what they should be doing. Freddie B just trying to scout out, see what's going on, see if he can find any opening kills just to make this a little bit easier. Thomas is playing with Barbar down in the underpass, firing a few blanks. Nothing going straight through. Barbar doing some work. He's trying to get away. 1 HP in a dream, but he's got a teammate in position. That's going to be Freddie B, just making sure Barbar won't be going down just yet. Freddie B still going, 8th way, 47 in hand. He's going to be doing a little bit of damage. Molotov goes in over towards the bank, and this is an 8 take.
Yeah, pretty much Freddy's now more of just a fake as the bomb will be going down, and he is actually going to lose his life. Now, that could be interesting because he was holding an AK, so that will be something to go into the hands of Thomas. Now, obviously, this is their 4-spy round. I would say just keep that into the next and have the pistols and give it another go with a rifle in play. They can drop a pistol over, and at least make things a little bit more interesting. Now, Barber's low as well, so if they could somehow get that UMP out of his hands, that's an extra weapon, and, well, maybe there's a chance they could do some extra stuff in the next round. The problem is, obviously, on the T side, keeping 4 players alive is going to be magnificent for Epsilon. They're going to have plenty of cash, and although there's a chance that Thomas will do something with the rifle, that's all just speculation for the next round.
Yeah, absolutely. So 3 players staying alive, 2 armors being saved through an AK-47. That's a pretty decent save, especially going into that 3rd round over on CT side. You know, they're not expecting to go in for a buy here, so anything they can save through is really big. Obviously, a lot of money being brought into this round, especially with that saved armor. So all of the money that both Thomas and Hoodlum have goes straight into the next round. They don't have to spend a dime, not a penny, but they can, in this round, have a little bit of a game going, as well as the P250 being passed over to Cinder. So a pretty nice round, actually, coming out from Reason Gaming, all things considered. You know, not much to play with, but they should be looking pretty happy in this one.
Yeah, in terms of what they've decided to go for, it's only really a little bit of connector presence, and then they've got pretty much every single player stacked over towards that B site. So just gambling. Obviously, if they can keep the AK, that's great. Bring it into the next round, have extra utility. If not, well, you've gambled, you've tried to win the round, and if it doesn't go your way, that's absolutely fine. It will be nice, though, especially for the T side, with that Mac 10 in play, as they should be able to farm up an extra bit of cash.
Yeah, not a huge amount to be done, really, for Reason, if they can find a kill. That AK-47 not really coming into effect just yet. They've stacked over towards B. Not sure why the AK is playing the B site. Really should be over towards A, playing solo, just trying to get some work done, because you know you can get that rotate in. You know they're not going to rush it down. That being said, hold on to it into the next round. That's still a full buy that he's got. All he has to buy is nades. He can drop his teammate. He can open his options a little bit more and try and deny Epsilon. He's going to go in. Does find himself a kill onto Maeve, but that's only a Mac 10 being dropped. Thomas is getting the hell out of there. Cinder going to get taken down by Freddy. That's a bit of money in his pocket. The remaining players, there's going to be a plant going in finally for Epsilon. And the last remaining CT players, they've moved all the way back over to that A bomb site. Thomas and Cray now holding onto some weapons.
Yeah, and well, keeping a couple of AKs will be great going into their first buy round. The thing is, from Epsilon already, you can see them playing the rotations very, very well. They've been sending fakes even when they're up against pistols, and, well, actually, we're going to see another with the Mac 10. That could be a UMP, which could be something extra at least. Cosmine's going to be able to do a little bit more damage over towards what they are trying to hold on to, but CT side have just got out there. They've got 2 AKs. If anything, they've got the same as what the Ts have kept in this situation. And that may actually give them an opportunity to buy up an AWP.
Yeah, so a lot of money being saved obviously opens their options massively. Thomas, like you say, he can buy an AWP now. He can. There it is, the big green gun already out. But that being said, young Smoo is bringing the big gun to the table. Let's see if he's going to be bringing it to the table or if he's just going to be dishing up dinner. We know he's a monster, but is he today?
Well, we spoke about it earlier, the idea of Thomas being able to counter him. But there's one thing knowing what he's going to do. There's another thing stopping what he's going to do. So we'll see if he does have the ability to do just that. Not taking too aggressive a peek over in towards middle. And Smooya is the one waiting on the other side in case he does go for something of the sort. CT side really try to work off of this. And you have to remember, it actually works both ways. So maybe if there are a few tendencies that Thomas has, Smooya can pick those apart as well.
Yeah, but you know, Smooya is not the kind of player to read someone else. He's the kind of player to play his game, and if you get in the way of it, well, bad luck, unfortunately. Freddie B to open this one up, takes down Cinder. I know you're a big fan of Freddie B. He's one of your star players. Yeah,
he's a beast.
Yeah, absolutely.
Freddie Beast.
Freddie Beast. Not sure that's what that stands for, but I'm gonna let
it
go
now
with a warning. Nothing so far from either AWP. Thomas just backing off, making sure that AWP stays alive. Of course, that is so key. Keeping that AWP alive, keeping that presence on the map, making sure they know it's there, but ensuring it doesn't go down.
Oh, no.
Ooh, Freddie B. Freddie B, is he going to check it? Young Cray, this is an odd angle, but he's going to win. Cray takes down Freddie. And now into a 4 versus 4. Still, advantage does lay in the grasps of the T side, but huge positional control being taken up by Cray there. He has a lot of the map under his control, and he should be able to dictate the play now, as he does hear these players coming towards him. It's Barbar and Maeve. The spray comes through. It's a double kill. Cray finds them, and it's a 3K to start off the 4th round of the game. Epsilon absolutely drawing a blank there.
And they're having to push in at the moment into Cray. He will get one more as he looks to try and just, well, finish off this round, and he has. Smooya just going to look to try and save the AWP, and yeah, decent round coming out from Reason, or more specifically, Trey.
Yeah, absolutely, great round from him. Really shutting it down, and all of that positional control then, even if he didn't get those 2 more kills, he's reduced the time, he's essentially thrown a spanner in the works. Only thing I would say is, instead of pushing towards Cray, where they knew he was and he was in a forward position and he could have been anywhere, why not just push towards A quickly? Get into the A bomb site. You know you're only going to be taking on 1 or 2 players there, whereas you know there's an embedded player down towards B. I don't know about that decision, but in the end it doesn't pay off, and so they're going to have to go into the 4th round, the 5th round, with a little bit less money, but still a complete full bite on the board for Epsilon.
Yeah, a little bit of a reduction in utility, but not anything that's specifically going to hurt them, so they're going to be fine going forward. Now, CT side obviously have to capitalize on this round themselves. They're 1 round away from being reset. They do keep 3 players alive in the previous, and also the couple of AKs that they saved will have given them a little bit of an extra boost where they wouldn't have been able to buy up before, but a lot of that as well was invested into that AWP. Now, T side, they're taking over long control. On the other side of the map, they've got players holding. I think this is basically just a counter to what we saw in the last. If Cray goes for a push this time, there's a man waiting for him.
Yeah, absolutely. Just making sure they shut down those pushes. Yep, he can do it once, but if he tries it again, they're going to shut him down and they're going to make sure there's no opportunity there. Again, Smooya trying to get some work done with the AWPs. Not much going his way so far, and he's not going to click the button there. He's not going to be able to take advantage of that situation. And so Karma and his teammate Thomas both staying alive over on that A bomb site, keeping it 5 versus 5. It's pretty equal so far, utility-wise especially. Here comes the push onto that A bomb site. The timing not working out there for Thomas. He's going to move away just as Maeve took a peek. But a window of opportunity opens itself. Thomas trying to get some work done. Bomb goes down. That's 1 kill coming in, 2 kills coming in. No one is trading him out. Cosmin finally gets a kill, but Cinder straight back in. There he is. Smooya coming alive, finds one. Freddy follows it up. Smooya with another one. And it's all on Cray. 1 versus 2. And this is a very big ask.
He got himself 3 in the previous round, and he's got a hell of a lot to do in this one. Got himself an incendiary as well, as he will try to clear a position. The problem is the after plants on this A site are just so effective. He's got to try and find an individual duel, and unfortunately, he's actually going to be going towards short. Player comes in. It's actually Smooya, picks him off anyway, and that'll be another for Epsilon, and already you could hear them. You could hear them.
Yeah, you can indeed. They are giving it.
Yeah, we heard that earlier. Giving it.
Giving it. He is indeed, as Smooya would say, banging them, I believe, is is the phrase used. But no, a great round there coming in from Epsilon. Absolutely decimating that defense. It looked so strong when Thomas opened up with those 2 frags. Is this technical because they just got blown out the server or what?
I don't know.
I'm sure it's all right. I'm sure it's all fine. Yeah, so great round there coming in from the Epsilon boys.
Yeah, it was a little bit of an interesting start as well, because it did take them a lot of time to actually trade out that initial kill. So I'm not really sure like what happened in that situation. I think Thomas just lurking around in the smokes managed to get him, and then he tries to run through it, and that was sort of his demise. Freddy, again, working on those entries on the A site. It's just something he's very, very good at, and I think he will be in this game. Like the problem is in normal situations, when he's playing against like sort of mid-tier teams, he's very good at getting entry frags. So in this situation, he should be...
He should just be walking into the site, popping heads. Yeah, absolutely. And the same with Smooya, really. Difference is he is used to playing these opponents. He's used to going up against UK players. He knows what they're going to do. He knows what he's going to do, most importantly. And he's just going to be banging them. Oh, good lord. It's an order.
Oh, told. Oh, take a seat.
Naughty boys we are. Take a seat. We're going to have a chat. Why don't you come into my office and take a seat? Yeah, so Smooya. 4 kills so far in the game. 3 of them, quite cool, in my opinion. What do you reckon?
Well, the thing is, well, with what, because I got to cast them quite recently, and like doing some Hellcase stuff, and like online, at least when they started, they did look a little bit disjointed. I think the difference in this tournament is they are a class above, so even if they do look disjointed, it's not so much of a problem. I think individually they're just going to be able to get themselves through, but I'm hoping there'll be at least a team or 2 that will be able to challenge them along the way. Maybe if Method could get themselves going and just have like the sort of the tactics going. Just had some screens turned off. Is that the problem? Is that what's going on?
No comment at all in the slightest. I will not be commenting on that. Yeah,
I don't really know. I don't really know. We haven't seen enough to go into too much detail.
No. But from what we have seen, we've seen 5 rounds, I believe. Five or six. Five.
We've seen 5.
5 rounds.
It was the first 3, lost 1, then the win straight back.
So one thing to comment on is complete reset of economy there. So now there is 0 money in Reason's bank accounts, which in general is pretty correct, in my opinion, mostly because they don't win anything. EPS finals, I believe, was the most recent example. But we're back into the game, so let's continue to watch this abysmal performance so far. But no, there has been one pretty nice round and some really nice frags coming in from Reason. So let's get right into the games.
From Cray. Unbiased, of course.
Of course.
Of course. Either way, CT side not really able to invest too much into this round. They've got a few Deagles, hoping for some magic in this situation, but Barber's already going to start things off, and this leaves them very open over on that A side of the map. And the one thing we have seen, at least from this T side, is they've been probing both sides. Like, they've been looking to try and find kills all over the map. If you have one player, or even like say a 4 stack over towards another, it will just be one player pushing in. Like, one round will have Freddy B as the entry frag on another. The next round he's lurking over towards that B side, like he is now, and they've actually just called in pretty much the full rotation. I think they're just going to try and execute onto the site as they know they're up against pistols. Yeah,
there's not a huge amount going for a Reason. If they can get a kill or 2, happy days. Barber going to open it up, takes 1 down. There is a trade coming in there, but no more to be said. So a nice kill coming in from Reason. They didn't have anything invested into the round, so it's good enough. If Karma can find maybe an exit frag, steal a gun, happy days. If not, go into the next round, reset that mindset. They've had a bit of a pause. They've relaxed, chilled out, played it cool. Playing some b-ball down by
I thought
Paul.
That was
but there we go. Cosmine going to find that last kill. Nothing for Karma. And I think quiet confidence there from the Epsilon boys. They're not overly aggressive. They're not yelling and screaming much. So good stuff. Happy days for Epsilon.
Yeah, and it's going to be another pistol buy. Yeah, they don't have enough to go for another one. It's forced them into a double eco position. So this is just going to be wonderful for Epsilon. As if the sort of start couldn't be good enough, they should be 6-1 up before we see a second buy coming in for Reason. Now, I like the fact that they are saving potentially to get the AWPs on the board and to have themselves all the extra utility. The problem is 6 rounds on the T side is already a reasonable scoreline. So they're going to have to pretty much win it out from there.
Reasonable.
Unintentional as well.
Unintentional pun, of course. Moving in to this all-important pistol round. A couple of kills, happy days, a little handful. Maeve going full aggro, going to pay off. Barbar and Maeve both finding themselves easy kills. Now just Thomas, Karma and Hoodlum remain to try and do a little bit of work, but there isn't a huge amount that can be done here. Deagle goes to work, nothing comes of it. Freddy B and Maeve once again cleaning up. Now, I said going into this game, I'm a big fan of Maeve. I think, although you've got Smooya coming into this team, picking up the AWP, Maeve has always been a reliable AWPer. If you give that man the AWP, you put him in a position, you say, aim that way, he's going to get some seriously cool kills. I don't know you, Grimace, but you trust me, Maeve is a good AWPer. Honestly.
Well, in this circumstance, he's more taking the tactical side of things.
I believe so.
Using his experience to sort of guide this team through. Spoke about it in the video, and well, I do think he has work to do. Obviously, this tournament I don't think should be too much of a reflection of where the team is, because that's not their target. It has to be said. They are aiming to try and become one of the top teams. Like, that's just the way it is. I think Epsilon have always been sort of tier 2, tier 3, no matter what roster we've sort of looked at for them, at least in CSGO. And I think there's potential with this team. There's massive potential. So a lot of pressure is going to be on Maeve's shoulders to sort of guide them in that way. But I like the fact that Epsilon have actually taken some risks. Yeah,
absolutely. And yeah, risky picking up a guy like Smooya. But I would say it pays off. Miss coming in, and I'll bite my hat on that one because he's died. I'm not going for the full eat my hat because that wouldn't make sense, would it?
Too much dedication.
Of course. One-man advantage going the way of Reason Gaming, so potentially a chance to get back in here, get themselves back into the game. Now, the worst thing they could do here is win and lose. You know, if they reset their economy at this point, especially on that CT side, they really are in a lot of trouble for the rest of the game. But Not yet, as the push will come into the bomb site. Epsilon trying to get themselves forward. Nice kill coming in from Freddy B, but it's Hoodlum to clean up 1 and 2 after Cinder finds himself the first frag. All now on Freddy B's shoulders. He will pick up some utility, but Thomas is in position and he's going to find the kill.
Yeah, they're going to keep themselves the double AWP setup as well, which actually surprisingly works, even though it's an aggressive B push. Normally, AWPs in that sort of situation aren't going to be working, but they had a nice read on the situation as well. I wonder if Epsilon will have actually spotted both, though, because that could mean they just speed up the tactical together, and that could be a big problem. And double AWPs, of course, very costly to rebuy, especially if you get reset. So it's already been mentioned. We'll see if they are going to be able to continue at least somewhat of a streak. And they need to. If anything, to have a decent half here, they at least need to win it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the reason on that CT side is so key. And this is the round that it comes down to, in my opinion. This has to be the round that they win to turn this around. If they don't win this round, might as well give up now. Might as well move on to the second map, honestly, because it just becomes so difficult to win after that point. No money. Morale starts to drop. I would say go on to the next map, but it's going to be Thomas opening this one up. Can't find the second. Smee will take him down through the wall. Now Karma Panya has to hold his ground. 1 kill comes in. Now looking for the next. A jumping Maeve will come through. 1 kill comes in, leading from the front, as they say. Now in a 3 versus 3. Hoodlum sitting in bank, AWP in hand. Can he get any work done with it? He's going to try and spam, but it's not going to work out for him. Nade goes through, do it, a damage, but he's been Molotov'd off. Now Cinder has to either wait or go. It's up to him, but with this after plant situation, I would say save.
Well, this is one spot where the AWP could actually be valuable for taking these longer range battles over towards the toilets. Also, Cray in the backlines. He's going to get 1, but it's instantly traded out back to a 2 versus 2. The distraction could give a few seconds to actually get onto the bomb, but straight away Barber's going to finish off 1, and Maeve will get the second. Straight reset. Reason are going to have problems with their money once again.
Yeah, great round coming in from Epsilon, and like I say, Reason had to win that round. It was so important that they took that one, and now the rest of the game becomes a downhill battle. They're going to have to fight their way back into this one, and genuinely though, I would honestly now look to the next map, because they've got no money. This is when morale... No, seriously, because this is when morale starts to really slip. You know, this is when people start to get annoyed at each other. They start to get, you know, why did you do this? Why did you do this? And it really is because
everybody knows to make morale positive, you have to completely give up.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, it worked. No, you know what? Freddy B going onto the bomb site. Going to find himself 1, 2. Can he find a 3rd? Of course he can. And a 4th? No, he's not that aggressive. He's going to fall back. Let his teammates do the work. Hoodlum looking to try and kill his teammate there. Maeve getting dinked down. Low HP across the board, but Cos going to get taken down in the end. Hoodlum, last man alive. He's going to get himself a nice little kill onto Cosmine, but in the end he will go down. So a little bit of damage being done there, especially the HP coming really low is a good sign for Reason, but they have to now look to the gun round. If they're not going to look to next map, they've got to look to the gun round.
The thing is, they're still, again, going to have weak economy on a couple of players here. You can see the rebuy of the AWP on Thomas a couple of times has left him with very little cash. And in terms of their buy, they have a Mag 7 now in the mix. And I'm interested to see where he's actually going to be playing. I imagine through the connector. That's only real place other than short B that gun is valuable whatsoever. And Barber is going to be the one pushing forward in that connector. They've been pretty good at taking control of it so far with not really too much contention. Once again, we're going to see the B site come into question as the T's gather up outside again. But it has been, well, the one spot where it's been a little bit hit and miss. Like the CT side did manage, well, I suppose, 1 of their 2 rounds over towards that B site.
Yeah, so really holding on to that bomb site is key. And of course, like you say, the only place really that you want to be seeing that Mag 7 is maybe over towards Monster on short if you're really close. It's the only places it will really work, but even on Monster, you need that utility to back it up. And instead, they've gone with the UMP, so it's going to be Cray.
Has Maeve got here?
He's a clever man.
With nobody noticing, though. They've just completely abandoned long. This is... Like, they're not going to realize until like pretty much everybody's already dead, and Barber's going to find 1 as well, so there's no rotation available.
Yeah, look, I'm telling you, I'm a really big fan of Maeve. He's a clever player, dude.
Look at the patience as well. This is just what you like to see. This is the first a little bit, but it's easy. No way they could have known that was coming. I can almost guarantee they're going to be shouting at their A players at this point, as that was just poor.
Yeah, not the greatest performance coming in on that round. Of course, you know, like I say, I'm a huge fan of Maeve. He's a clever player. He's got the skills to back it up.
He
was
didn't
a bit,
even need
was a bit
to be
worried.
that clever there.
Well,
he just
no,
walked up long.
Yeah, knowing where to push, when to push, how to probe out whether there's someone there, he's done really well in that regard.
And the trigger control.
Of course.
I always like a play. Like, he could have easily taken that first kill, and then the value of what he did would have been lowered significantly, but instead waits. Also, Barber getting another kill in the mid position helped as well. But 9-2 on the T side, half won comfortably already. Now Epsilon are just basically getting style points.
Yeah, absolutely. Just trying to see how far they can go. But the thing is, they're still not playing sloppy. They are taking it very seriously. You know, you saw Freddie B over towards B. He went in, he found himself 3 great frags, and then he thought, no, I'm not going to continue going for this. I'm going to back off, let my teammates do the work, make sure we get the kill, because that's more important at the end of the day.
Found the bomb.
This is the same as last round, really, isn't it? How's he done that? How's he there? How's he done that?
I think he must have walked through the connector, but I'm not really sure how he's got him behind, and that's just going to, well, literally blow the mind of Cosmine. Doesn't quite manage to get the second, but he's done some damage and could at least net another frag for the remaining players pushing in. But Freddie B now, the one pushing forward, actually gets caught trying to pick up a pistol, maybe a little bit greedy in that situation, but every time.
Giving it. And that is the definition of giving it, in case you're interested. Unreal. Yeah, another nice round coming in there from Epsilon. 2-10 now. And this reminds me a little bit of the last game we saw with Infused. Infused, of course, being Reason in this situation.
We're getting spanked.
Yes, essentially. They are, as Mr. Smoothman would say, they are getting banged. Is that an official terminology? Is that something we can say?
Is it in the Oxford
No, definitely
dictionary?
not. I don't think so. Well, I think it is. It just isn't.
Not for that.
Anyway, kills coming in now. It's a nice opening there from Cinder. We haven't seen a huge amount from the lad as of yet, but he's going to find himself an opening kill into this one. Maybe turn this around. Of course, what we've seen is a bit of a trend. 5 rounds for Epsilon, 1 round for Reason. 5 rounds for Epsilon, 1 round for Reason-ish.
Yeah.
You know,
other
I'm
than
not.
the fact that
I'll be honest. Maths not my my strongest point, but at least I'm trying, right?
Close enough.
Yeah,
like
that'll do.
the thought that counts, right?
Exactly.
That's always what we say. But yeah, 10-2. CT side, they've been playing very passive, and I feel like that's not really been working out too well for them. We've seen a couple of players just make like one aggressive play where they push all the way around, but other than that, it's been a lot of just sitting to the sites, and I think that's been playing into Epsilon, a team, well, pretty much very good at the entry frags, and Thomas there just shoulder sticking out, Smooth, easiest kill of his life. It's just going to be sat back waiting now into a 4 versus 4 as they will execute over towards this A site, smoking out. And every time they get to this position, they just plant the bomb, fall back, and it's all the way down to Reason Gaming once again to try and retake. Yeah,
so many times it happens. Karmapang, you're going to find one, but Cosmine is straight back in. Finally, Cinder replies, but it's too late. Hoodlum becomes 1 versus 2 in a dire situation. We've seen this before, except it was different players. Is this going to be the time to shine? Maeve getting aggressive, could get caught out, and there it is. Hoodlum comes in, 1 kill. Now still has to find Cosmine. He's got utility. He's already got 3 kills in the round. Can he close it out for the 4K? And will he even need to is the real question. I think it's unlikely. No kit for Hoodlum. It's already too late. He's got to get out of there. And Cosmine, he's won the round for his team.
Yep, literally just winning off of patience. Just holds over towards long. Bomb wasn't really planted for him, but it didn't matter. You could see from the spots that were checked by Hoodlum. Just going to basically expect him to be over towards that short position. That's going to be 11-2 now. So, yeah, more than dominant in this situation for Epsilon. They're going to be feeling more than confident, probably cocky at this point. And, well, CT side just going to be forcing themselves into this one.
Yeah, a lot of work to be done here for Reason. But you know what? I believe the Lord God created the universe. That's a song you probably wouldn't. Don't worry. You know what? This is the moment. Let's see. Reason Gaming, they're back on the buy. They're getting aggressive. They're finally getting in the face of Epsilon, but it's not going to work. Cosmine, Barber, they all come together. They smash it. You know, to be honest, that is what I wanted to see from Reason. A bit of aggression, a bit of getting in your face. It comes in, but it's unwarranted aggression. Cosmine shutting down Cray. There he is. 2 kills come in. Finally, bomb goes down. And a bit of aggression pays off for Reason Gaming. Still 2 versus 3, but there is potential here. Freddie B going to spot out young Cray, but can he get it? No, he's dead.
Quickly ended.
Yeah, well, the dream was alive, but then Prey died.
Hoodlum's still going, right?
Yeah.
Do you believe in this sense?
No.
No, okay.
Of course not.
Well, Freddie B doesn't either. There's his head gone. He's just styling. 12-2.
Yeah. Last round of the half coming
Not
in
even
now.
going to be a decent buy either for reason.
You never know.
What do you mean? I'm looking at what they've actually bought.
No, you never know.
That's not how
you
this
tell me
works.
what I do and don't know, right? Could happen, could happen. But, yeah, no, this is not the greatest buy. There is a Deagle. We all like a good Deagle. UMPs, 2 M4s, fair enough. 2 M4s is better than nothing.
There's actually 4 players on the B side, so they've just gone complete gamble, all in on B.
Let's hope it pays off. Hoodlum getting some good early damage through, but Cosme the man to open it up. Freddie B comes in. Cinder finally replies onto Freddie B, but there's still 3 versus 4. Maeve comes in. Cinder goes down. Hoodlum hiding away. Will it pay off for him? 1? No. Karma banging the last man alive now. With a Deagle in hand, he's got utility, he's got armor. He hasn't got a kit, but there is a kit on site, so he doesn't have to worry about that. He just has to find the kills, and there's 2 men on site for him to find. Nade goes in. No damage being done just yet. And no more to come. Maeve will take him down 13-2. And an excellent start for Epsilon.
Well, I think start might be
An excellent end.
Yeah, it's sort of looking pretty bleak in this situation. Pistol and done is the way that this game could be going. It's a must-win pistol. I think that's normally the case in most games, but this is more so just based on numbers. Like, if they don't manage to win this one, you talk about conversion rounds normally being the 2 after, and that's the game finished. Like, that'll be map 1 done and dusted, and I don't really see any scenario where Reason are able to come back from this. I do have to say, they've arguably got the worst draw in the first, but that could be the sort of best scenario for them. Like, get the worst out of the way, you go, okay, we didn't expect to win that one, and now move forward. What on earth are you doing?
I've got a really itchy foot. All right, that is not in any way my fault. I can't control where my itch is, okay? If I could, I would.
Probably one of the most off-putting things ever. Ever. Just weird. Either way, it looks like
not my fault.
we may have some sort of tech pause.
No, it's half-time.
Yeah, but they're fiddling with the computers.
That's the whole point. That's how you play Counter-Strike. You just fiddle with the computer.
Yeah, but I don't think that's a player.
So they're cheating, is that what you're saying? So Reason are cheating.
Not very well.
Ooh, yeah, you're absolutely right. Oh, are we allowing hats? Is that something we allow?
Is this what it's come down to? We've literally run out of things to say, so it's just asking if we're allowing hats. What, in case he can hear what we're saying?
Yeah, he
and
can't.
Then,
He
and that might
can't.
improve how things are going.
He can't hear what we're saying. It's all good.
And then because you could, well, if he can, and they lost 13-2.
Would be bad, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and like, if you're using that to your advantage and it's still not going very well, I think then maybe that's the time
Maybe
to
give up.
call it a day.
Yeah, but
Map 2.
Map 2, Cobblestone. See, I said this ages ago. No one listened to me. Map 2 is Cobblestone, which is a different map, which may yield the same
Why
results.
are you not on the desk?
Oh, I know. I wish, eh? Yeah, but
You might be able to explain a buy round to us instead. It's
basically a buy round is a round where you buy.
Oh, impressive. I'll take notes. Almost as in-depth as your notes on the desk.
Yeah, I mean, I know everything I need. You see, the difference between you and me, right? You need paper to remember things. I got a brain.
I like how you can actually hear you tapping your head, even though we can't see it.
I got a brain.
I'm pretty sure that the longest thing you've written on there is "I need the toilet."
It's actually, can I go to the toilet? I was thinking of just doing, can I go toilet? But I thought, what if he doesn't understand lingo? Anyway, game is back on. Pistol round underway. Let's see, Reason Gaming. Is the dream alive? You tell me, Tom.
No. I'm not a believer at this point. I wasn't
Then
a
I
believer
saw your face.
at the beginning of the game, but yeah, definitely not now. It's not looking good. Individually, we've had 1 or 2 plays, and well, that resulted in 1 or 2 rounds. Cray able to go aggressive, but that was sort of I would say that was more of a mistake from Epsilon, just trying to push back into a player that had a portion of the map they didn't really need. Either way, rush speed tactic, and the CTs, they're ready and waiting. Already Cosme going to get one, able to fall back as well. It's a quick trade, but it's still coming out actually fairly even, although Freddy going to give the man advantage back over once again. HP side getting tagged down one by one, but the HP across the board at the moment is very low. And actually, well, there was a chance for a second. They're still going to be ended in the end by Freddy B. Gets himself two, and that should be the game.
That should indeed. 14-2. I see this going no way other than down. However, if you're more optimistic, make sure you tweet it at Gfinity, #EliteSeries, because otherwise we won't hear you, if anyone is still watching. Barbar, of course, he's had a reasonable game. I wouldn't say he's been a star fragger, but then, to be honest, in this game, no one's needed to be.
No.
It's just been so easy that they've breezed through it, really.
Freddy B having a good game. Cosmean up there as well. And then it's not like anybody's having a bad game.
Yeah.
Smew's only died 6 times.
Yeah, he's just playing it reasonably.
Rounds, so. Oh, I see what you did.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But no, I don't. You know, this should be the last round, or second to last round. There's not much to go for, really, for Reason. They've got, you know, Tech9s can be strong, but Epsilon are just so far ahead skill-wise that just can't see it going their way, really. Tippy-tappity away is Barbar, seeing what he can get done. And you can see the difference between this and the earlier rounds where it was one UMP, the rest rifles or whatever. Anyway, nice early kill coming in, but Maeve and Smuya will both double up. Maeve finds himself another one with the UMP in hand. Bit of money into the bank. Thomas finding himself alone over there. There is a flank coming in, but he's already dead. It's all up to Cinder. 1 versus the world. No bomb to play with. 2 kills have come in for Reason, so bit of money damage being done, but that's about it.
Yeah, money damage when there's potentially only 1 round left.
Like not really.
To reset them, you'd have to reset them about 5 times to get back into the game. So it's such a long way to go. And after this, unless he can clutch 1 versus 3, which I'd be very impressed, they literally can't make any mistakes. Either way, Cinder, he is going to be pushing in. Spots that one, but that's his position already gone. They're all going to be turning around to his spot now. And, well, easy stuff for Maeve. Adds another to his kill streak. Actually gets 4.
Happy days. Yeah, Maeve having a pretty good game, I think it's fair to say. This is the last round of the game now. Reason are going to force, obviously.
I think the analyst desk are going to have a tough time.
Yeah, of course
they might even have nothing to say.
I doubt they'll have anything to say, to be honest. They've been rather absent lately. Absent-minded, at least. I'm sure it'll go all right. I'm sure they have something in mind for us. Oh, what's that, Tom? You don't have anything? Okay, we'll just stick it over here, mate.
Yeah.
Smuya having a bit of a spray down. Not much coming in, but Nate goes in. And Craig goes down. Nice little angle there. We like that. Thomas can't get anything done. This game is over, my friend. Over. Karma, Hoodlum versus the world. Can they do it, or is the world going to beat them?
I think Epsilon are going to beat them.
Yeah, well,
I don't think the world really needs to come into play in this.
No,
if the world was against them as well,
they'd be in real trouble, wouldn't they?
Yeah, they might actually not have got any rounds. Either way, Hoodlum got the bomb down.
Ooh.
Gets himself a first. That's a nice deke shot. Look for Maeve and a second as well. Going to try and do a little bit more. Smoothie around the corner, waiting patiently for his teammate, but actually could give him Hoodlum's now got 3. This would be an incredible way to get a 3rd round.
We saw him!
Away. And Cosmean, well, he's going to end it. Little bit of hope right at the end.
Yeah.
It was a damn good
yeah,
try.
really good.
3-1 deeks, but maybe all for show. 16-2, absolute dominance coming out from Epsilon. And, well, now they move on to Cobble and, yeah.
That's about it, really, isn't it?
I feel like they're be feeling pretty good about that one.
Pretty straightforward game there. Essentially, Epsilon just played their game. They played careful. They didn't get overly aggressive. And that's about all there is to it. It was very simple. They were a lot more skilled, obviously, and Reason just are unable to stand up to them in any capacity. Next map, of course, is going to be Cobblestone. Whether we see a different story, perhaps.
The problem with Cobblestone is if you do have highly skilled, aggressive players, that plat position is just going to be your worst nightmare. Like, there used to just be portions where, say, Olofmeister, when he was at his peak, could just walk straight out onto plat and kill everyone. I just feel like that's going to be the case here. They're going to really have to step up their game. I think they need to get the money rolling quickly, get all of sort of the utility going as well, and basically just try and slow down any of the pushes that come in from, well, the stars over on Epsilon. And even if that's possible, I still think that someone like Maeve is going to have at least a little bit of a strat book, but I genuinely don't think he's going to even need to turn the first page.
No, I think this should be pretty simple for the Epsilon boys. Shut this one down nice and easy, get to bed a little bit earlier than they expected. It is, of course, 11 o'clock now, going into the last map of the day. So looking at a 12 o'clock finish. If you've been watching all day long, well, good on you. Make sure you do tweet us, let us know, at Gfinity, using the hashtag Elite Series. If you don't tweet us, we won't know you're watching, so you might as well be a ghost. You might as well not have watched, because no one will know. If a tree falls in a Twitch chat and no one is there to flame it, does it really fall?
Did you expect me to answer that?
Hello and welcome back. My name, of course, is Harold. I'm joined by Tom, the Bizmeyer.
The
Business class Bizmeyer. We're getting ready to go into the final game of the day, the final map of the day.
Yep.
That, of course, is going to be Reason versus Epsilon. What do you think of this one?
Really? After the first map, it was just absolute decimation, and I think they'll have to basically have gone for a full mental reset, which is a lot easier said than done, especially coming up against pretty much the best team in the tournament. I don't think there's really much to be argued with that, especially when you look at the games we've seen today. Like, they have just been very, very impressive. Like, I think the fact that they haven't gone for anything over audacious or gone for, like, sort of moves that you think, okay, if you were feeling overconfident, you would do. They've just played their game. They've gone, okay, we're going to take this tactically. We'll work together as a unit. And even in rounds where they're down, they seem to just be comfortable, able to come back. So I don't see how Reason are going to turn this around on the second map, but well, maybe they'll prove me wrong. I've been right so far today, so.
Well, no need to post.
I've got to just after your comments.
Yeah, so Cobblestone, I mean, essentially, if we think about it, there's a lot of similarity we can draw here to Overpass, but there is that huge difference of rotation. So, you know, you have that massively different margin. You've got those quick CT side rotations, but then you've also got those long CT side rotations. You know, you could be over on A long and have to get over to B, and that can be a very, very long process. But then you've also got those quick things. You know, you've got drop, you've got underpass. You can get around the map. It is a slower map. It's a slower pace of play to overpass, and let's see whether that's going to work into the favor of Reason, or is this going to be the Epsilon show again? Really, either one could happen. Is this the knife round? This looks like a pistol round to me, so it looks like it is going to be Epsilon starting on that T side, which personally I think favors them. I think they can get into their groove straight away here. This could be real trouble.
Well, they looked amazing on the T side of Overpass, so going onto the T side of a map that is more T-sided, I think it's just going to help them out massively, and already I'm expecting just some aggressive B plays to be coming out. Barber is going to be the one to make his move. Still has a few players to support him over towards drop. Control already taken. Cinder going to be dinked up, and already Cosmin going to get the first kill, but a lot of damage being done. Karma, again, traded out, but it's still going to be that 3 versus 3.
Yeah, nice start so far for Reason if they want to get themselves back into this game. Hoodlum, of course, holding up. A nice shot comes in. Samuya goes down, looking now onto Freddy B. Not going to be able to find that kill. It's going to be Barbar taking one for himself. 2 versus 1. Barbar doubles it up. And on such low HP, he's doing a great job. Cinder now, the last man alive. 1 versus 2. He's in a great position. He finds the first headshot, comes in. Didn't even need the headshot, but he finds it anyway. Now Freddy be the last man alive. Cinder could find it, and he will! Cinder comes in, and Reason Gaming, they're going to take the pistol straight off the mark here.
Big individual plays coming out from Cinder. Nice start to the game at least. They're already getting close to the scoreline we saw on the previous map, and well, let's see how audacious Epsilon are willing to go. Are they going to force buy into this one? Normally you'd be saving for those AKs. Obviously, on a map like this, you can sort of go for the SMGs, get yourself some pistols and go aggressive, but no, they're going to play it calm. Just go for the P250s, attempt to do a little bit of extra damage, get a bomb down, and basically have the perfect buy going into the next round. That's the aim of this one. Not expecting too much. Cinder has already won my heart by buying the XM. That is my favorite weapon in the game, just because it's a beefy shotgun. Yeah,
and it works actually really nicely over towards that drop zone. I'm sure everyone has their own little story of going absolutely huge in their drop, getting massive amounts of kills, and raking the money. 900 quid every time you kill someone with that weapon. So let's see if that's going to work out going into this. Of course, it does depend on Epsilon going towards drop, but if they do, they could be in serious trouble. Should Cinder hold his ground? Nice kill coming in from Thomas Smooya, the next man to engage. He's going to go straight down. Craig finds him, and Cinder is alive. Finds himself a nice opening double kill. That's 1800 for him. Craig closes it out, and of course, it is a pistol. It's only an eco, but it's very effective for Reason Gaming.
Yeah, this is the round that we get to see what they can actually do, though. It's going to be those AKs straight in for the T side. CT side, are they just going to go for a bit of a bonus round? This is interesting because in terms of... Okay, there we go. They're actually going to buy up an AWP. So Thomas is going to have the only AWP in the server at the moment, but they still have an XM, a UMP, and a couple of FAMASes, which don't really benefit them too much over on that CT side. A hell of a lot of utility, though, should make a big difference. However, already we see them looking to take over that long control. But already first kill. Not going to get anything more, though. Quick trade coming out from Smooya. Hoodlum going to be the one waiting and going aggressive here. Maybe the wrong call as he instantly gets taken down as well. Yeah,
I was going to say, look at Maeve all the way up. And again, he's managed to sneak past the defense. He's got himself into their face, and Thomas finds himself the last man alive, 1 versus 4, with the AWP in hand. It's a difficult round to win. There's not, you know, one way of saying, right, they can win if they do this. Thomas is going to try and save the AWP. It's a difficult one. You know, the first kill comes in, Karma finds it, he gets traded out. I think it was Hoodlum then went in to try and trade that back, and it just doesn't pay off for him. He ends up going down, and so the whole defense falls apart. He went for a risky play. He tried to make it work. In the end, it didn't. It could have. Maybe next time. You've got to respect Reason for it. At the end of the day, they've lost the round, and Thomas is going to have to hold onto this AWP. If he can save it into the next round, could still be potent. This is, of course, Cobblestone. You've got so much space. You've got all those long angles. You can take an engagement. If you go down, your teammate can pick it up. They can then try it on. There's a lot of opportunity for Thomas to go into this next one. Of course, we will be expecting him to hold on to that AWP.
The money's where things get interesting, though, because a couple of players have more than enough to buy. I think Thomas will be able to drop a rifle as well. So I think they probably will be investing into this next round. T-side still haven't built up that much cash themselves, and actually Cinder's just going to go straight back for that XM, so that does help them in terms of getting a much better buy into their hands. So not particularly bad, but it's basically meant because they didn't like sort of fully upgrade all the weapons they had in the last round, they've gone for sort of 2 slightly weakened buys, which you see quite a lot when going into this sort of 3rd and 4th round if you do manage to lose one. Pace again, looking like it's going to be picked up. Thomas aggressive over towards the A side of the map, but it leaves only 2 players on B, and that is normally not enough.
Yeah, nice nade going in, however. It's going to do a little bit of damage onto these attacking players, all being dropped down. Barbar trying to spam through with the UMP, but that's not going to work out too nicely. Cinder getting naded in return, but holding fast over on this B bomb site. The bomb is going down now in a 4 versus 5 retake situation. And the T's, they've played this very nicely. All they have to do now is back off and wait for the engagements to come to them. Still, it is a man advantage in the favor of the retaking players. Freddy B being Molotov out. No one's watching the angle, but they do take him down. Karma going to find that kill. Craig comes in, doubles up, takes down Smooya as well. Finally, Barber will reply, but it's too late. The bomb has been taken. The site overwhelmed, and Reason Gaming. A very nice round. Patience pays off.
That was a really good retake. And that's one thing a lot of teams will do in those sort of scenarios where the smoke falls. Just wait behind them, especially if they've already got the man advantage. It makes so much sense just to, okay, we know we're already a man up. Quite a bit of damage has already been done. Let's just wait. And once those smokes fade, the T's were just left in the open. They use their utility to clean out all of those sort of, well, sketchy positions, the ones you don't really want to have to pre-fire. And that is going to be another round on the board for them. The T's, however, are going to have the money to invest. And they're going straight back towards that B side once again.
Yeah, no need to mess about. Get straight on in. Do a bit of damage. They've got the AKs up, UMP and a Galil to play with for Cosmine and Maeve. It's going to be the AWP of Thomas having to do some work. He's hiding away in the smoke. He's going to peek. That's somewhat of an unfortunate time as all those T's have worked their way on, but he comes out, they're flashed, so he's going to get himself a free kill. Looks for the next, he only gets the leg! But luckily Barbar's in there to take the kill onto Maeve. Barbar will double up, and finally Epsilon come together to get a few kills. It's all on Carmen out. He's got a player creeping up on him. Does he? No, he will! Finds the headshot. Cosmine goes down, but the flank comes in. Freddy B takes him down, and it's going to be 3-2 on the board.
Yeah, better. A little bit of team damage done in the middle, but the combo of Barber there is able to do enough. And this is the problem for the CT side. They've just been completely wrecked in terms of their finances. A little bit extra for Karma, but the rest of the team don't really have too much. And they're actually going to fully invest into this one. Now, the likelihood is, even with the extra 1900 of the next round, they wouldn't have that much better a buy. But But this is still just sort of a position where, okay, next round they could have gone for maybe some UMPs and AWP and sort of gambled a bit. Instead, it's likely they'll just have to go for an eco in the next, if, of course, they can't break things back with these pistols.
Hoodlum trying to open this one up. We saw him last game with that Deagle. He's going to find himself 1 kill through onto Maeve, but the trade comes in. A little bit disappointing. Of course, you want to be keeping those rifles alive, but it's Barbar making the money on the Mac-10. Now moving over towards that B bomb site. Pretty methodical, pretty slow. There is, of course, only Cray to defend. There is Cinder in drop, but there's no direct damage that he can do to help his teammate. 2 players still sitting on A. Bit of a risky move. Cosmin working his way forward again. Hand. He's got the bomb. Needs to be a little bit careful as Cray will tap away, looking for an opportunity. Going to flash himself through the smoke, but he actually does just flash himself, which is a bit inconvenient. Cosmin has no idea he's there. Free kill comes in, but the trade is straight off as Freddie B will take down Cray. 1 for 1 again. Smooya finally comes back in, taking down Karma. And the flank arrives finally. It's going to do nothing. Thomas goes down as Freddie dispatches him. And now in a 1 versus 3, it's Cinder. He should hear the drop if someone does come through. The fake plant goes in. The drops come through. The flank is in. And that is the end, or is it? Cinder spins around for the headshot onto Barbar as Freddie B now traversing around the site. Going to get taken down, spinning around. Cinder just can't make it. But a great effort nonetheless.
Yeah, and a lot of damage as well done in that round. The temptation to go for a little bit more of an investment will be there in this one, and we're going to see a few P250s dropped. Of course, the one thing they are doing is keeping the Ts honest. They're making them have to go for these rebuys. Now, I think they have got a decent read, though, Epsilon. They've invested not only into a UMP, but the Mac-10 as well, to just farm up as much cash as possible, ready for that next round situation. But it should still be a relatively clean one in this one, unless, of course, there's some craziness with these P250s once again.
Already, Reason Gaming, they're up. They have more rounds than last game. Is that correct? Was it 2 rounds?
Yep.
Yeah, so happy days. That's, you know,
almost 3 with the Deagle kills.
Almost. But not quite. Oh, the setup works. Cray, 1, 2, 3! That's one way to open a round. All those guns get recovered. Now Maeve and Barbar have to come in and do some damage. There is no armor to play with. But still, these SMGs, they can do a lot. Barbar comes in, takes down Cinder. That's the AWP gone. Cray and Hoodlum now have to come together to try and do some work. They have got the bomb, though, and Cray going for his 4th. Can he ace this to win? That would be absolutely insane. Playing that original, I think it's a Virtus Pro Strat, where you just stand over there on underpass and you do some damage. Maeve now, the last man alive, going to be looking out onto Cray. Cray takes the ace. Bloody hell. That's a lovely round.
Yeah, an ace with nothing invested. That's a lovely round from him, but absolutely atrocious there from Epsilon. Unable to trade out that frag whatsoever. And as you said, yeah, the VP sort of ramp strat where they just line up. Obviously, everybody's heads go above each other so you can shoot across, but it was just one man doing all of the damage. And now it's actually going to be Epsilon. They've been forced into a safe situation. So this map already looking much, much better for Reason Gaming. Of course, they have actually doubled their score, which it's almost mocking them, but they are actually doing very, very well. Yeah,
absolutely. And I said, different map. I didn't expect a hell of a lot from Reason here, but
are you gonna quote your amazing analysis of different map?
Yeah, a different map. Karma holding up on boost, just going to be looking down onto Maeve. Does get the tag through, but really needs to fall off there. He can't play that position once he's been spotted. What a kill coming through from Thomas there. Lovely little flick. Of course, it is a pistol round, but it's still great stuff. Karma now looking over towards Smooya. He has the running. Little tag comes through. No kill to follow. 12 HP left on Smooya, so he's going to be going down. Cinder taking Maeve out of the equation. And a pretty nice cleanup as he doubles up. Not too much more going to be going on. Smooya on 12 HP. Barbar dancing with the devil, going to go straight down. That's 3 headshots for Cinder. Very, very nice bit of play. And now Smooya with the Deagle, the last man alive, has to do something. Oh, nice flick. He's going to go through as Cinder goes down. But there's still 4 more players to contend with. There's very little chance of him doing this. And Thomas closed it out for 2K in the round. And 5 onto the board for Reason. Looking lovely.
Yeah, and a clean round as well in terms of their anti-ecos, so they're going to be able to just build up a little bit of extra cash ready for the buy that's going to be coming in. Now, T-side are going to have their buy. It's going to be Smooya on the AWP as well, but still quite limited in terms of nades, and especially if we're going over towards the B side of the map, the utility is so important. There's so many angles to clear, so many positions that need to be spotted before you can really go pushing into that site. And, well, Smooya is going to catch Thomas this time. We spoke about tendencies, we spoke about aggression. He tried that earlier in the game. It worked wonderfully. This time, Smooya's prepared.
Yeah, he's going to open up nicely. But there is a lot more fight in Reason Gaming this time round. They're giving it their all, and like I say, mentality. Don't worry about this game. Worry about the next game, and they really are coming into this one completely refreshed, completely anew. It's all on Cinder. Nice kill comes through there onto Cosme. Now he just falls back. He's completely comfortable to just leave the angle, completely abandon it, because he knows he's put that pressure on. Karma in position with the AWP. Freddy going to be trying to cross, but the timing does not work out. Smooya opens it up, taking down Karma, and now that A-bomb site completely undefended. They've obliterated any defense or any reminiscent defenders there were. Hoodlum trying to get his foot in the door, but it's not going to work out for him. The bomb is going to make its way onto the bomb site. And still you have that flanking player of Maeve staying behind, making sure if anyone comes, he can still do some damage. Smooya over towards Stables, and this is not looking good for Reason Gaming. Maybe at some point they need to think about saving, and it looks like this may be that point. They're backing off, but holding onto those weapons. Yeah, danger.
Maeve is so close, but he's actually going to walk straight past them. He may be the one to go down in this situation, and they're actually going to walk straight past each other. So all of the CTs should be able to keep their weaponry here, unless actually they're just caught in the open, very close. Maeve just looking to try and make things a lot more costly for the CT side. Now, as said, they kept 4 players alive, so 3 weapons saved. That'll be enough to get them a buy in the next round, and they have been very good at sort of resetting the Epsilon economy so far. It's been very disjointed in terms of rounds for either side, in fact. But if Epsilon do manage to win this one, that's where things will become a little bit more sketchy once again.
Yeah, absolutely. 5-5, it would be even now too. And of course, being Reason right now, they want to try and get themselves back into this game, and they're doing a really good job at that if they want to try and draw this series. But they have to keep pushing. They have to keep fighting. There can't be any give whatsoever. If they give Epsilon a millimeter, they will take a mile. So they have to be very, very careful as to how they play this. Molotov goes down. Deny that quick play from Epsilon. Don't let them get in your face. Make them play your game. Make them play how you want them to. And that should work out pretty nicely. Looking at a 5-5 scoreline, if Epsilon can take this one. The AWPs out both on Smooya and Thomas. I haven't seen a huge amount from Smooya just yet, but Thomas has been having a great game so far, hitting those key shots all over the place. As the slow walk comes in, maybe looking to abandon B, head towards A, but Cinder once again smashing that drop zone, headshot after headshot coming in. Barbar trying to trade this one back out, but it just shouldn't be working. He flashes himself, that's disappointing. But now 2 players trying to do the work versus Cinder, who has been decimating. He's got support now, as Hoodlum finds himself a kill onto Freddy. This is all but done, as just Barbar and Smooya remain. They have taken drop zone control, but they're penned in, and they can't go back. As Barbar works his way out the window, he should be spotted here by Hoodlum. He will. Cray takes him out. And so it's all on Smooya. 1 versus 5, AWP in hand. There shouldn't be a huge amount that can be done here. No one's giving him a chance. Cinder takes him down with another headshot, and Cinder is playing a great game.
Yeah, and in one of the most important points on the map as well. Holding on to drop just gives you so many avenues for aggression elsewhere, and it was really nice to see them, like, they get the first 2 kills. They rely on his just individual skill to be able to take them down. But once that happens, and once the nades continue to rain in, they just abandon it. They fall back. They take new positions that the Ts then have to try and force into. And it was more sort of along the lines of, okay, Reason let them have drop, rather than we actually saw Epsilon take it from them, which, if that's the way the game is going to go, this could be a very different map altogether already. We see Smooya try and be a little bit cheeky with the P250, but Thomas is going to deny him once again.
Yeah, looking good actually now from Reason. They definitely have the advantages going into this early game. And in this round, again, it's a bit of a clean-up. Karma overplaying that angle potentially. Needs to be a little bit careful. They are pushing him as Cosme works his way up. Lovely kill with the P250. Luckily, Hoodlum in there for the trade. We'll find Freddy B as well. Now looking for the third of Maeve. As he sprays down, he's going to have to back off. P250 comes out. Tagged through the smoke, and it's Barbar to find himself a lovely little kill. But it is still 3 players alive. Oh, good lord. Barbar is having a ball with that Glock in hand, but he won't get any more. Cinder takes him down. Again, Cinder playing that consistency role, playing a really, really nice game.
7-4. T side are going to be investing back into this round. Of course, 7 rounds on the CT side really isn't bad at all. Or that's a decent start from Reason. I think it is one of those maps where they are going to want to continue this forward. I think momentum is going to play a massive factor for them. If they get bogged down at any point, as you said, You can't give anything to Epsilon
Absolutely.
in this situation. One of their players, you even get one of these talented individuals pumped up, and that could be enough to just turn the game on its head. We saw that earlier in the Prophecy game where Calais is enough to lift the whole team.
Yeah.
And you don't even want to give them that chance. Keep them down, keep them low on money, and then you have a really good chance of taking this, especially, as said, already 7 rounds on the board for them.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great start into this for a reason. A world apart from what we saw on Overpass, and now back into the gun round, but no AWP for Smooya. Karma and Thomas double AWPing on Cobble. That's a very viable strat. It's a little bit dangerous and very costly, but if you can make it work, it'll work excellently. Thomas to open up. Barber will find a nice kill through onto Cray. Just peeking that tiny little window in the smoke, making sure he gets every bang for his buck. As the push looks to come towards that B bomb site, you still have got an AWP and 2 rifles defending. Nade goes in, Barbar going to be damaged, but the bomb is moving off. The bomb's getting the hell out of there. Thomas holding on site, just watching the angle, isn't going to be able to find the kill. Pop off a shot, just trying to force him back. No, still the player. It's Karma over on that A bomb site, trying to defend for his life. The timing really not working in his favor. Goes for the no-scope. It's not going to work out, and he's going to get taken down by Freddy. Now, an undefended A-bomb site is lost. Luckily, Cinder is fast on his heels as he gets himself onto the site. He will be taken down by Cosme, but the trade comes in. Hoodlum finding one now, 1 versus 2, or 2 versus 2. On the bomb site, Smooya turns around. Hoodlum goes down now, all on Thomas. AWP in hand. It's not going to work. Smooya takes him down, winning the round for his team. And a great round from Epsilon Esports.
Yeah, just not quite enough time actually bought on the site. I think if he'd taken maybe 1 player with him, then it could have been a little bit more interesting over towards A, but it was just sort of a bit of a gamble. We saw them like rotate players over towards the B site after the early pick comes in, and well, now that they are on the brink again. So this is where things get a little bit more worrying for reason in terms of just how this half is going to go. I think they've already done enough where it is possible, but if they lose this round, we are probably going to see the score evened up.
Yeah, absolutely. Thomas holding fast. Not too much coming his way, but we do see Cinder back on the XM. A lovely little tidbit. He's done well with it so far. Can he produce the same results? Karma playing up close and personal, hoping Freddy B is going to walk into his limelight. Could get aggressive here, Karma. And he will, but he's not going to find the kill. Freddy is just too quick for him. Barbar already out looking for a kill onto Cray. Thomas, luckily playing up on Garden, going to be able to take him down, but the AWP of Smooya wants to get in position. Nice spam coming through there. Not going to be overly effective from Thomas, but it is going to force Smooya back, leaving it a 4 versus 4 now. Of course, it's the A bomb site that's under threat. Hoodlum holding close. The timing is absolutely crucial here. He has to find himself a kill to stop this push coming in. If he doesn't, he'll be walking straight in. Freddy B spots his arm out, takes him down. Luckily, Cinder has made his way onto the bomb site. Only a shotgun to play with. And he's on his own until reinforcements arrive. They could push straight onto this bomb site and be surprised by the snapping tortoise that is Cinder with that XM in hand. He's going to push out, finds the bomb carrier, takes him down, looking for a kill onto Maeve. Support comes in. It's Cray to find the kill. Now in a 2 versus 2, but no bomb plant. That's the key. Time is of the essence. And the pressure is all on Epsilon. Nice kill comes in from Thomas. Now it's all Freddy B. 1 versus 2. He knows the general location of the remaining players. He will be able to get this bomb plant down. With a kit in the hands of Cray. And they both want to get towards this enemy. Nice kill from Freddy. Headshot comes through. And there's only 1 health left for Cray. He has to find the instant kill here. He has to get the headshot through. Otherwise, this is over. But he finds it. Cray! What an insane game this man is having.
That was sort of a complete polar opposite situation. The player with high HP, he hits the instant headshot, and then the player with 1 just doesn't hit him at all. Freddy B, a little bit more like missing in this game. Like, he did have a decent round, but for the rest of it, he's been a bit quiet, and I think that has been a big difference. As I said, the entry fragger for this team on the T side, and I don't think he's been looking as strong. And you look at the buy that they're going to have going into round number 14, a few Tech 9s, a couple of rifles at least, but it really isn't a good buy at all. And the CT side, oh, they now have a chance to actually have a pretty dominant CT side. Again, this is already a success.
Yeah, absolutely. A huge success, no less. As the push heads over fast towards that B bomb site from Epsilon. Just trying to get right into the face of Reason. Stop what they're doing, but it's not going to work out. Tech 9s in hand, of course, very, very powerful. They're skill weapons. If you can get into your face, you can do work, but it's going to be a nice kill coming in from Thomas. The spray won't work as Barbar takes him down. And Cray now has to come in large. Hoodlum to find a kill. Cray dancing around on this rock, just looking for the kill. Barbar going to be going down, can't get his Tech 9 out in time. And so 4 versus 2. Smooya goes down with nothing to say, and it's all on Freddy D. 1 kill, 2 kill, 3 into the 4. Snoop Doggy Dogg and Freddy B are at the door. But he's going to be going down. Hoodlum to find the final kill, and the defuse will come in. 9-5, looking at a 10-5 scoreline. Very, very good stuff coming in from Reason.
Yeah, they've been very impressive on the CT side, and if anything, Epsilon have looked very underwhelming. It's clear that I think if they don't have that sort of just run over of a team, that when it falls back to tactical basis, they don't have a lot in their locker at all. In fact, in terms of actual executions, I think we've seen 1 or 2, and a lot of the time Reason have just gone, okay, well, we've got the entry kill every time, so we're just going to wait and retake the site off of you. And their retakes of the B site have been very, very good.
Absolutely. Last round of the half, however. And it has to be a big one from Epsilon. They have to start as they mean to go on at the end of this half, or finish as they mean to go on, as the case may be. Stacking up over towards drop. There is a Zeus in the hands of Karma, which I am not a fan of, but it's Karma. Once he gets confident, he gets a bit cocky. He wants to go for those extravagant, flashy plays. And whether we're going to see that, I think it's unlikely, as the play is moving towards Cinder every time in that drop zone. He finds headshot after headshot. I don't know how he does it, but they need to stop going drop. They're not winning at all. Barbar get a challenge again, but Cinder is holding so strong, so fast. There is nothing they can do to stop him. The drop has been heard. Barbar's down. He's going to be working his way out onto that bomb site. But it's Thomas alone, 1 versus the world. Barbar trying to help his teammate out here. Cinder just going ham, headshot after headshot after headshot. That man is insane. He's crazy. Thomas will go down, but Cinder already in position, looking for the ace. He wants it. He's going to take it. Smooya, the last man alive. All he has to do is shoot him. And Cinder, the second ace we've seen so far from Reason this game. We've had Cray and we've had Cinder. That's insane. That's crazy stuff.
Was that intentional?
What?
Crazy.
Yeah, that's good, isn't it?
It's good. I'm not sure you meant it. I'm not sure you meant it.
I did. Completely, actually.
Either way.
I've been thinking about it for hours.
Yeah, very, very good half from the CT side moving forward. And as you said, we've seen a lot of decent individual players. I think their control of drop has been very impressive, or Cinder's control of drop. And again, it was another one of those situations where he could have easily just kept taking that fight. Well, obviously, he's hitting headshot after headshot. Yeah. No real reason to fall back, but still does it. Just takes that smart play, repositions, makes things more difficult for the T side to actually know where he's going to be. And they were pretty much shut out of that drop down for the whole game, and it meant that their takes of this B site were pretty flat. A lot of the time just trying to go for some basic smokes and getting the bomb down, and every time the pick was going the way of the CT side. So they're now going to have to try and turn things around themselves. Reason, well, taking a 1-1 versus Epsilon in the first day, I think they'll take that any day.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great start. And, going into the league as a whole, we're saying Epsilon looking like one of the stronger teams, one of the strongest, potentially.
Yeah, if not the...
Yeah, so if you're able to take that draw straight away, that means Reason for the rest of the season, they should be able to sit back a little bit, take it a little bit easier, because they've got that pressure off their backs. They've played Epsilon, they've got it out of the way, and they've actually come out without a negative result. So that would be really, really good for Reason if they can equalise this one out.
Still a long way to go.
Of course, yeah, there's still 6 rounds to win, which is three times.
Yeah.
Yeah, great minds. So let's see. This could be a really important round if Reason can take it.
Still confident from Cosmine, though.
Yeah.
Aggressive push. And he's more of just sort of the, well, not the bait, it's his teammates who's the bait, just sitting back, Freddy B, but it's actually going to be a straight up push over towards this A site. Aggression in, and already, well, Barbar's going to get one. Normally very good in these pistol rounds with the P250, but he's already out of it. Cinder with another, continuing the headshot trend.
Oh.
But that's nice from Smooya. Looking for a little bit more, just trying to buy some time for the rest of his team. He's actually going to get a second as well. And I'm going to bring it into a 2 versus 2, and look at Cosmine on the flank.
Yeah, aggressive as ever. The bomb is going down as Cosmine tries to get his way in, but it's not going to work out for him. Now the kill comes in. Cray and Karma both chime in for a kill each. And that is great, great work. 11-5. Smooya tried his best, but not enough at the end of the day. I mean, it's hard to say anyone over on the Epsilon side is having a good game. No one is shining. No one's playing well. And that's exactly why it's reflected in the scoreline. 5-11 in favour of Reason. If you watched last game and you'd never watched Counter-Strike before, this would be like winning the lottery. But this is just, it goes to show. My expert analysis that it's a different map.
It's a different map.
It's a different map. A different day, perhaps. Actually, yeah, it is, well, almost a different day. So, good stuff, Reason. Keep it going, boys. Nice kill coming in there from Karma. He's going to be traded out with a crisp headshot from Freddy B. Just falling back now. Thomas making sure they don't lose any more than they need to. Of course, no armor being bought up, so that P90 will rip Epsilon Esports absolutely to shreds if given the opportunity. Hoodlum trying to get his way over to the bomb site. Smoothie playing close with a P250. Could be a potent weapon, but Hoodlum with the UMP should have the upper hand, especially with armor. Only takes one headshot, though. Needs to be careful. Hoodlum slipping in the back lines here. Smoothie has absolutely no idea. Question is it checked? Hoodlum, be careful, my boy. That's disappointing from Smoothie. Going to get taken down as Karma comes in for the kill with the AK-47 in hand. Now just Freddy B and Cosmin remain. Try and do a little bit of damage. Nice kill coming in from Freddy B. His second so far of the round with that Deagle. Let's see if he can get any more work done. Bit of economic damage. Get it rolling. Get the ball started before you go in for that full buy round on the side of Epsilon. Cinder playing a careful game. Freddy B being pretty dangerous so far, but it's an AK being saved. Cinder doesn't want to give it away. He says, no! I'm having that. Get off. That's what he says.
Yeah, and it gets rid of the P90 as well, which is an atrocious weapon just in general. Not a fan.
No, I like the P90. It's good fun.
I feel like you would.
Oh, what does that mean? What kind of assumption is that then?
Just a terrible person, basically.
I am indeed. That's what they call me.
Bison's better.
No, it's not.
Zeus is back again.
Of course, but it's on Barbar this time. He's going to be going for the extravagant play. Not quite sure why. They do need to be playing... maybe it was a misbuy or something. Maybe he didn't mean to. But he does still have 2100. Not really enough. It's going to be a fast play coming straight out. Barbar. Nothing.
He would have got that kill if he had his P250 out as well.
Yeah, it's disappointing. It's just unnecessary, really, isn't it? Especially when you're 5-12 down. Yeah, silly decision in my opinion. But we've all made them. Lots of money being racked up there. Cinder and Hoodlum both absolutely raking in the cash. Bringing it in, bringing it home. And, you know, nice little Brucey bonus for the road.
Well, now, I didn't think I'd be saying this, at least for Epsilon. This could be one of their only buys on the CT side. And not because, like, the last where they dominated. They're actually being dominated. 13-5 to Reason.
Yeah. Very impressive.
Interesting, it seems that their supporters have since left.
Yeah, that is odd, isn't it?
Now that they're winning.
Home. Exactly. Maybe they're backstage. Who knows? They could be. Could be hanging around in ecstasy, so don't stop me now. Cinder. Going to try and get some work done over towards long. This is, of course, the buy. Warp coming out for Smooya. M4's across the board. Cinder going to get straight through that smoke. Once this
there's
one
another
fails.
one.
Yeah, well, he's lucky, really, because they both would have seen him if there wasn't. So he's going to be in a nice position now to try and get some work done. But Freddy B and Cosmin both facing off the angle. Cray has made his way through the dropper. This should be called in from Barbar, but he still has to be careful of the angle. Freddy B not being careful. Luckily, Cray is using the UMP. Not the most potent weapon in the world. Molotovs raining in everywhere. There's fire a-burning. And it's going the way of Epsilon so far. Karma finally getting himself back in with one frag. 2 versus 3, however, in favor of Epsilon. Trying to get themselves into a more favorable position. It's all on Hoodlum. 1 versus 3. No kills coming for him. And a very nice round from Barbar after a disappointing performance last round.
Yeah, 13-6. T-side now with the perfect chance to actually reset them going forward. P90 now picked up from Maeve, who he's gone from being sort of sneaky, like catching players off, making a lot of nice plays, to 4 kills at the bottom of the board. Cosmin down there with him, supposed to be sort of one of the stars from Romania, or the star from Romania, yeah, I suppose, and he is having a terrible game as well. And it is looking like at this point that there are definitely a few players missing from this team.
Yeah, I mean, Maeve last game, I bigged him up. I really said I believe he's a great player, and I still do believe he is. Yeah. But he's not having the performance that I expect. Especially on that T side, you expect some strats. You expect some clever, ingenuitive plays. We didn't see any of that. No, we didn't see any of that at all. It was very, absolutely simple. Push through a smoke, get shut down. We could have seen some executes over towards A. We could have seen some set plays over towards B. We didn't. So it's going to have to be the fast play. Reason heading in towards that A bomb site. It's pretty undefended. Smooya trying to get some work done, but Thomas catches him off guard. That's 1 kill in the bag now. Maeve trying to do some damage with the P90. Finds 1, finds 2. No. Cray takes him down. 3 versus 2 as the bomb will be planted, and the retake comes in on the A bomb site. Freddy B working in from balcony. course, Cray on 2 HP, but we've seen him do more with less. Quite literally. Is it going to work out this round? Cosmin working his way to the door. Nowhere to go, as Thomas will dispatch him, and Freddie B decides to save the AK. 14-6, Tom. 14-6. Wow.
Well, I was going to say I don't know what's happened, but if you look at Cinder at the top of the board, 28-12.
Yeah, incredible.
He's had
Insane.
an absolutely superb game, and he still has Cray as well up there with him. So, yeah, just very, very impressed. I've only really seen them, at least recently, perform well on Mirage. I think it was a 16-1 versus Endpoint, and then they lost the next two. But maybe a Cobble is another map they should be bringing into their pool a little bit more because, yeah, 14-6. CT side just going to force the issue. Obviously, the weapon actually lost as well just towards the end. So this is just going to basically be forcing to not let it go to overtime. It's not going to be a goodbye at all.
Yeah, absolutely. This is weak. Like you say, this is pretty abysmal, and they forced into it. So next round, they're forcing as well. This is it. This is do or die. And if they don't win it, especially on that CT side where the economy is so difficult to control, it's game over, bro. GG, Brian D.
It's not going to start well either. Smooya dead within seconds. T-side can now slow right down. We'll actually see Barber get himself a kill over towards drop. Bit of an unnecessary peek coming out, and Cosme now going to go aggressive. He's managed to bring it back to a 4 versus 3, so maybe not slowing down over on the T side. They've been caught up with a couple of kills. They're going to try and rotate over, take the longer range battles, have that advantage with the AK. But Freddie B, while he was waiting up until the point where his head was gone, Barber P250 is gone as well, and Maeve and Cosme now fighting to stop map point.
Yeah, fighting an uphill battle, and they do go in for this retake. A little bit of damage being done on towards Karma. Maeve just going to crawl away, get out of there, save the gun, save the armor. Wait till the next round where you can do a little bit of damage. They're not going for this, are they? Please, no. Hoodlum takes down Maeve. Bloody hell, great round coming in from Reason there. They were down, but they were not out at any point in that round. 3 versus 4, they come back, they do the work, and they win it. 15-6 now, and the buy is even weaker for Epsilon. They've got nothing.
Either way, we are just going to be looking towards this buy now. See what the CT side can do. Can they trump these AKs? That's the big problem at the moment, because they just have so much of a weaker buy. They haven't been able to do it when they did have the 4 buy as well. The CT side seemingly gambling a little bit more over towards that B side of the map, and the Ts, they're just waiting outside A.
Yeah. Yeah, it's looking great. I mean, the thing is, we haven't seen a single AWP on this half, just because Reason didn't need it, and Epsilon couldn't afford it. I think actually we did see Epsilon pick up an AWP, but just didn't pay off at all. So 15-6 on the board, and looking great for Reason. AK-47s across the board, like you say, gonna have to deal with these pistols. HP damage coming in, but Cray, the first man to open it up. He's had a stunning game alongside Cinder. I have to say, I was disappointed with Cinder at the beginning of this game. I thought he wasn't performing. He's come back into it. He's really shown himself.
More than come back into it. This is
yeah, oh, absolutely.
Guy.
Yeah, this is insane. He's 30 bombing right now and absolutely taking no prisoners. Doing great. An absolute terror from the public school era. And Smooya holding close with the deagle in hand, trying to find himself a headshot, but I don't see anything working for him. Barbar being shot by his own teammate, getting scared. He's going to get taken down as well. Now Smooya on the site should be checked instantly. Karma takes him down. Thomas finds himself one up to Freddie B, and this is absolutely simple. This is academic. And Reason Gaming, they are set to take this one unless we can see Cosmin come in with some incredible play, which, you know, I just don't see happening right now. Cosmin going to go down. A very, very nice game there from Reason Gaming.
Yeah, more than impressed, especially after that first map, to have that mental reset, to then come back and absolutely dominate Epsilon, who are, yeah, been argued by us, the analyst desk, as at least one of the best teams of the tournament, if not the best, at least when you look at them individually and skill-wise, and it didn't look like it there. It looked like they had an almost empty strat book when it came to the T side, when the sort of aggressive plays weren't working. They sort of fell apart, and you look at someone like Freddie B, who was finding entry kills all over the shop when it was over on Overpass, and on this map he didn't have the same performance. Cosmin really did nothing, and Maeve, although, yeah, you talk about him being the sort of tactical mastermind, he wasn't fragging, and he didn't, like, there wasn't really too much tactics there either, so well, as a sum up, it seems like we just saw two polar opposites for either team. Like, it has to be said, like, I'm talking about the Epsilon side of things, but reason, I don't know where they came from.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it doesn't take a huge amount to get back into the game. They get those first 5 rounds, and suddenly they're a different team. They're fragging everywhere they possibly can. They're getting kills. They're finding opportunities. They're pushing. They're getting aggressive. And I think it was on the 3rd round. You know, they were down, and I said, aggression is what we need to see. And suddenly they come out and they go aggressive, and they just get in the face of Epsilon, and it pays off hugely. So that's some great stuff we're seeing there from Epsilon and from Reason, and I would say a really, really nice end to the show as well.
Yeah, well, that's it. That is the end of week 1 at least. We will be back next week, and I've been promised in my ear. I've been told everything will be fixed by next week. That's where everything will be perfect. Running order, all of that stuff will be on time. They did actually say that while you were sort of doing that thing, like your job or whatever it is.
Dribbling.
But yeah, they've told me that that's all going to be sorted. Of course, I think we are back. Is it tomorrow or is it today now? Because it's pretty late.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow still. I think
by 4 minutes.
Rocket League? We're not going to be there.
Yeah, Rocket League. Might be.
But well, maybe if they hire, like, maybe we'll just stay.
Effective. No.
Just
no.
do a little bit of Rocket League, but that will be back tomorrow, of course. But other than that, I think all we've got to do is just say goodbye. Yeah. Cheers to the teams.
Yeah. The analyst desk also says goodbye, but they don't want to come on right now.
They're waving, but yeah, they're shy.
We promise. We wouldn't lie to you. So we'll see you tomorrow, I guess.